Hello folks, and welcome back to SnowRunner, my hardcore version. Right now we have a couple of missions to take care of, and we're getting very close to being finished with this map and moving on to our next map. So we've completed, come on, go over there, completed all the tasks, and as far as the contracts go, we have three left. Conveyor belt section 3. And you can see off to the right. Yeah, let's move the map down there. There we go. So we have 4 metal rolls, 4 bricks, and a cabin to deliver to finish this up. And conveyor section 3 is just right over here. So right here I have 2 vehicles loaded up with bricks. And let's hook them up and get this thing delivered. Oh, why'd I do that? Whoa, that rock disappeared. So one of the things that I was looking at in the game oh crap, I'm going the wrong way. So let's get everybody turned back around. Head the right direction. That would be good. And I needed to put you in all-wheel drive anyway. For the gold mine, there's a lot of things that need to be delivered up there. And a lot of it has to come from this side of the map. And I was looking at it and I thought, you know, that's just going to be a lot of work. Which is fine. But I kind of want to get over to the other map and try it out. And what I could do is do some of the missions here, do some of the deliveries, and then go ahead and jump over to the other map. But I was looking and thought I might have found a way around it. Driving all the way across the map here. With the wood is what I was looking at. Because any way I go, I'm either going to have to go through the river. Well, actually I really can't go through the river. There's no easy way over there if you go across the river. You have to basically go on the end of the map down here and make a left and head up that way. Which means you'll have to cross the death swamp. And, you know, that's not too bad. I have been driving the twin steer lately, making deliveries back and forth, and it does a really good job. What I did was took the lift kit off of it, took the big tires off of it, snow tires on it, chain tires. And it really seems to do very well. Reason I took the big tires off of it because it actually did better in the mud with the bigger tires. Problem is it was really tippy. And there's a couple of areas that I almost flipped over with the smaller tires, and taking it off the suspension lift, it doesn't tip over as much. So anyway, I thought I found a workaround, and as soon as we get these delivered, I will show you what I found. Oh, stay off a rock. But I have... might as well keep you down here. Less risk of flipping you over. Getting caught up in a tree. So I've heard some people complaining about the map. Saying it's too hard. It's too boring doing all of this stuff over and over and over again. Delivering so many loads. I don't feel that way. I enjoy it. I thought that there needed to be more loads. You shouldn't be able to fix a bridge with one steel beam. So I'm okay with it. But evidently there are some out there that are not. And my feelings on the matter is, you know, you can play this game a lot faster if that's the way you want to play it. But it's not designed to be a really quick game. I think it's designed to spread things out so you have a lot of enjoyment. And I really enjoy the game. Here's the delivery point. Okay, let's back up a little bit. And the tree goes away. Good tree. I was also doing some exploring last night over on the other map. I wasn't doing any missions, just driving in some of the dark areas. Trying to see if there were like any Easter eggs or anything. Really couldn't find anything. I found one thing that looked like some kind of stone altar or cement altar. So we'll take a look at that when we actually go over and start doing the missions. Who did I have? I had somebody. Oh, Kodiak was following me. And as I've said in the last episode, the Kodiak has really surprised me. I did not think it would be as good as it is over here. When you got a load on it though, it is a little back heavy. So your front tires tend to pop up off the ground. And that's because the load is just slightly forward of the rear drive axle, the center of the load. So it's taking a lot of weight off the front end. There's not a whole lot of difference in the setup between... Uh-oh, now we're getting stuck. That's the first time I've gotten it stuck. And I kind of came through there a little bit slow. I should have had it up in high gear. But it reminds me a lot of the 750. Just in how it drives. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, it runs really good. Okay, so we've got all of that delivered. All the bricks. And good, shut this down. And let me tell you what my plan was. So for the gold mine, okay, I was looking at all the stuff it needed and was looking down through here and like 4 wooden planks. And I got to looking and I've used up about all of the wood on this map that I can find, the frame stuff. But I can get wood over here, and it's, or excuse me, not here, up here at the sawmill. I can get wood here, unlimited supply, but it requires keep coming up and down these rocks and then driving all the way around the map to, come on map, come all the way over here. And wow, the map just does not want to work today. And come up by the warehouse and come this way, or I can take the shortcut and then deliver it here. And I got to thinking, well, there's another log station right up here, so why can't I just drive up here and drop the stuff off the cliff, get a crane up there? And that's actually what I did. So let's go over here and take a look at my setup. And what I was doing was, what I didn't know, this log station only has 2 sets of wood. So it kind of threw my plans all crazy like. So what do you do when you only have, and there was actually a house over here, so I got 4 woods. And then I had to bring 4 more over with this one. With the twin steer. But it's one of those things, why do it the easy way when I can make this much harder for myself and a little more fun? And I wanted to see if I could do it. Get off there. And I've got to pack it or it won't let me grab the other one. Unpack, repack, restore the crane. And let's go have some fun. So you can actually get up here above the mine and you can drop the wood over the other side. And before I got off the game last night, I had a lot of tire tracks going up this hill. So I've got me a support vehicle up here. I did have to use it once because the crane, I actually went too far and drove it halfway over the cliff. And if it wasn't for the big gas tanks, I would have drove it straight over. Yeah, you can see all my tire tracks there. Easy. get you back up the hill. So that all I have down there is wood. I don't even know if this will really work. I haven't been down the other side to see if I can actually pick them up over there, but I think you can. So go to the P12, and yeah, when I brought it over here, I actually pulled it down in there and drove the whole front end off the edge of the cliff there, and the only thing that was holding me there was the gas tanks. Yeah, I'll take you. We have a volunteer in the back. So my plan is drop all of these on the other side. Oh, you ass. There you go. And then go down there and pick them up and make the delivery. So I actually thought that I could do that from the other logging station, but it does not have enough logs, or doesn't have enough wood. Can actually lift that high enough to get it over here. There's another one. But yeah, if it had more wood at that logging station, then this would have been a perfect way to do it. Right now it's just fun. And like I said, I just wanted to see if I could actually do it. Keep going. Is it faster? No. It would have been faster if there were more wood over there, but and I'm surprised it all stayed there, and when I loaded back in the game it didn't make them fly. I do have some flying cargo located around the map. Yeah, we're going to take that one. I was also surprised the P12 made it up here. I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever other than almost driving it off the cliff. Little fun in the game. You gotta have fun sometimes. I almost was tempted to bring all the cargo over here and drop it. Let's make sure you are... Nope, that's wrong. Because I definitely don't want to go over backwards. So yeah, it's not too difficult to bring P12 up here. And it gave me something fun to try. And I'll take them down the other side and load everything up later on. Right now we need to get back to our mission. So we have metal rolls. Who did I have? Come on, camera. Sometimes the camera just doesn't seem to want to work properly. The Vorandi. Where did I see you? I got too many trucks out here. Okay, so I've got 2 metal rolls here. And the Vorandi is a really good truck here on this map. Very stable. And you don't have to be going very fast to throw it up into high gear. Whoa. But you have to be going a little bit fast. Yeah, I watched somebody playing the other night, and they did a couple of deliveries, and all of a sudden they were promoted to level 28. I mean, I was 30 before I ever left, well, right after I got into Alaska. But the person was complaining about how the missions were boring and monotonous, and you got to do everything over and over and over again. Maybe you need to change how you're playing it. Instead of just doing the contracts, you need to do the tasks and all the other little things. Which is something that I do. I make sure that before I leave a map for good, I've done everything on the map, including selling off all the trailers. So in doing all the exploring, trying to make sure I don't have any dark areas of the map, just seeing what I can find. Alright, so I've got another truck loaded up with 2 more of those. It's going to get real crowded over here. But I have no idea who I loaded up last night. Oh, looking the wrong way. think it was you, the Tega. Yep. And I noticed the Tega had sunk in the mud, but it pulls itself out pretty good. I would probably use the Tega a lot more if I could put a loading crane on it. But being that I have to manually load everything, kind of becomes a pain in the butt. Like you are a pain in the butt. That truck just does not go well on this map. Voronggrad. I think it's just, it might have too much power, and I might try putting a smaller engine in it, seeing if that reduces the wheel spin, because I think that's the main problem with that truck. It's just too much wheel spin, and it just doesn't want to go through the mud. So someone asked me the other night why I go through here. That's to avoid all that mud there. So any of the mud pits that I can avoid. Uh-oh. Any of the mud pits I can avoid. Ah, come on. Turn the right way. I'm going to do it. Because the mud is just, in some places, just way too sticky. It takes too long to get through. Cargo management, why is that up? I have somebody sitting in one of the cargo areas. I have to figure out who that is, because that can mess me up when I load my next set of cargo. Alright, so all we need is a cabin. And we'll make sure I get these. Yeah, they're all 4 out here. I don't want to get them trapped in there when it completes the mission, because it's going to put that conveyor belt across the road. So right there is where the cabin needs to go. And I have not looked at it to see where the best place to cross is. I think I know, but I'm not sure. So I had thought about going through here, but I believe right up here might be a little bit easier, because that could be really muddy. It'd just slow me down too much. I meant to bring the twin steer back down here. Let the twin steer deliver it. So I think through there would probably be the best. Looks like there's a lot of rocks. Yeah, this will work. Bring you over in case I need some help. And now we need to load up a cabin. And who is going to... Wow, I don't have anything in here. I think I'm going to go with the Azov. So with the other mission, the other two missions, it's going to require several cabins. So I've been bringing cabins down here with the twin steer. And when I bring two cabins down with the twin steer and drop them off here, then I get 2 wood and take it back to build new cabins. So I've just been lining them up. Let's change that angle a little bit. Come on, turn back the other way. So I have not been to cabin 1, cabin zone 1 yet. So I don't know if I'm going to have the same problems I did with cabin zone 2. And restore crane, activate, get out of that. Stop engine, change trucks. A lot of stuff involved. And pack the cargo. So let's see if I can get there with this truck. So in the other cabin zone, you can load the cabins using a winch, or I mean a crane, but I used a big crane. So I don't know if the little crane can do it. But we're fixing to find out. If not, I will bring a big crane over here. the right way. Okay, so I do need to go up here. Come on, you can do it. There you go. That's my buddy there. If he had a bigger fuel tank, I'd be much happier with him. Yep, it is the Yukon map. It's the first one. I have opened up all of the both Yukon maps. I have not done any of the missions on the other one. I wanted to finish the missions on this one first before I moved over there. That's how I've been kind of doing the playthroughs. Doing this playthrough a lot is trying to finish a map and then move on to the next one. I didn't do that so much in Russia, but right there, we'll give that a try. Yeah, I could have moved over a little bit more. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. So with the big crane, I was able to slide it in here. Get a little bit down. Okay, let's pull back out. And lower it again. There we go. Trying to get the camera angle just right. Alright. So I do want to drop it off here and see if I have the same problem. Okay, so it's sitting in there. Nope, same issue. So I'm going down trying to go through all my trucks and it stops me and jumps back up. And I'm also not going to be able to look at any missions. So it's just going to do that. I'm not doing anything, I'm not touching anything. It's just doing that automatic. And that's something that's happening. Come on. Something with these cargos. Once you put them in here, it screws up everything. You got to put them in there and then take them out. Actually, I know what I'll do. If you don't come out right. Activate my anchor. Just pull you out this way. And I will set you over here, because you are no longer of use to me. See how both loading zones on this map do the same thing? So you have to load, you have to do the cabin zone, deliver the cabins last, set it in there, and then pick it back up and take it off. Come on, go around. And since I think I have 3 more to deliver over here, maybe 4 more, I want to get it in here kind of straight so I can put them all on the line. I don't have to, it's just my OCD. Mushroom. Hope I pronounced that right. You want to know what the hardcore mode is? The hardcore mode is no recovery. I cannot use fuel stations. I cannot use repair stations. I have to play the maps like they give them to me. I can't advance time, so I have to play in the dark. I cannot buy trailers. I have to use the trailers that I find on the map. I can sell trailers, but not till I've completed all of the map. And I cannot jump regions until I finish a region. So I could not go to Alaska until I completed Michigan. I couldn't go to Russia until I completed Alaska, and so forth and so on. And again, any recovery, if I run out of fuel, if I wreck it, flip it over, I have to bring something else out to recover it. There's no recovery back to the garage. All cargo has to be loaded manually. And if it would allow me, I would unload all cargo manually. Now there are a couple of missions that will not allow you to load the cargo manually, so you have to auto load. But if I do have that option to load it manually, I have to do it that way. Which is why you see all the trucks running around here with cranes on them. And you see the, and some of the places where I know I've got to do a lot of loading of cargo, I will pull a vehicle over with a big crane on it and leave it there. But as far as fuel, I have to, and repairs, I either have to get them at the garage or a trailer that I find on the map that is mine, not a mission trailer. I can use the repair points and the fuel from that, or add-ons. So that's why this truck's sitting up here as maintenance and fuel add-on. So it's just something to make the game a little bit harder. So yeah, it is some kind of bug. And in Province, from what I understand, you can use the same. And I did when I did one of the others, I had to deliver over cabin zone 1. I delivered one cabin for one mission and then took it off. The next mission required 2 cabins to be delivered, so I just delivered 1. I actually took 2 over there, but I delivered 1 of them and then used the cabin that I had left from the first mission and put it up on the loading area, and it accepted it. So yeah, you can't actually use cabins over and over, but I'm not going to do that. I just did it for a test. So if it says like this one requires 2 cabins at zone 2, even though I have 3 cabins over there, I will be taking 2 cabins over. It's the spirit of it. Now my other playthrough, the one that's not the hardcore, no, I'm using the same cabins over and over. There's a way of doing it with 2 players. A fake? I don't know what that is, but not solo. Oh, so I'm your kind of gamer? Thanks a lot, I appreciate that. So yes, I can reconfigure the trucks when I get them back to the garage. Also, another rule that I'm following is I can only own 1 of each truck, and I cannot sell a vehicle. So it's like the Chevy. You can get 2 Chevys in the game, but I can only own 1 of them. So the second one I can actually sell because I already have one like it. Where am I going? Step. So I have to get these trucks back to the garage so I can reload them. Or no, I don't. I have ore sorting. I think I have those loaded up already. So we'll take you back later. Go to the garage. Yeah, this is a little more difficult. Right there, who were you? Oh, the bandit. Yes, I loaded the bandit up with the next set of wood because I need 2 more woods for the ore sorting. And I took the big tires, mud tires off of it, and I want to try it with the wow, that's awful, unstable. I want to try it with the snow tires, chain tires. See if it runs a little bit better. But yeah, with the not being allowed to sell any vehicles unless I have a duplicate, it keeps me from doing what I did in my other profile, and that was just, if I needed a specific truck, I'd sell a few trucks, go buy that specific truck, and then when I was done with it, sell it and buy my other trucks back. So right now I am probably, well, yeah, about halfway through this region, pretty close to it, and there are still 6 trucks that I don't own because I just don't have the money for them. Oh, so it flips more with snow tires? If it does, then I have plenty of vehicles over here that will flip it back over. But I wanted to try it because it doesn't seem to go through the mud very well. Maybe it's just the way I drive it. Ooh, I thought it was going to go there. Because I'm trying to be a little more meticulous, because I'm of the mind you just punch the gas and go full send and see what happens. And that has gotten me into trouble a few times. But I have been trying some different trucks, And like I said, the Kodiak really surprised me on this map. That Kodiak runs good. And the twin steer really surprised me how well it runs. I've been running, well, like I said, I've been bringing cabins over, 2 cabins at a time, and then picking up 4 wood and taking it back. And through the really boggy area, the twin steer bogs down, but I rarely ever have to use, through that whole run, I rarely ever have to use the winch. Maybe once in a great while. So yeah, it does seem tippy. So I didn't try it before I put a load on it to see if the chain tires were any better. But it seems to go about the same as the mud tires when you go through like the standing water here. I don't see a real big difference. Now some of the trucks I've tested, there is a pretty significant difference between chain tires and the mud tires. Chain tires just work so much better. So that's why I wanted to try it on this truck, but I think when I get it back to the garage, I'm going to put the mud tires back on it. And to be fair, I haven't driven this truck a lot. I need to drive it more so I can get a good feel for it, but it kind of makes me nervous because it's really twitchy. It just seems like it really leans over a lot, and that makes me nervous. So yes, I did get the all-wheel drive unit for the twin steer. You find that in Imandra, and I actually ran across it. I knew it was there somewhere, but I ran across it by accident, and it was the last upgrade I found on the Kola Peninsula. And when I found it, I put it on the twin steer, and the twin steer did okay, but I didn't really like it because it made it real tippy. And that's when I tried it here, it was still tippy, and that's when I decided I would go ahead and take the lift off of it, put the standard lift on, or the standard suspension and the smaller tires, and it handles really well like that. I was surprised. In the beginning of the video here, I showed where I was up on the mountain, and I had it up there with, it took 4 wood up above the gold mine. And where's the gold mine? Up, come on. Go, map. So I took it up this way, and then came over here, and then came up where the house is that you pick up a little trailer there, and drove it all the way over here, and got halfway up the big hill before I realized that I drove it all the way from the garage with it in 2-wheel drive, in rear-wheel drive. So yeah, it didn't have any problems at all getting up there. So I really like the twin steer now. And that has prompted me trying other trucks, like the Kodiak. I never really drove the Kodiak other than the beginning of the game. And now I regret that because it handles really well. A lot better than I thought it did. Yes, I have double stacked before. There's a mission in... I don't think I've done it in this playthrough. Yes, I did one time. The mission when you're in Russia, and it's a timed event where you have to go out in the bog right near the garage and pick up don't even remember what the cargo was, but there's 4 cargo. And I took a truck out, and I had seen somebody else do it, and I double stacked the cargo. And then when I dropped it off, the bottom 2 were delivered, and then the top 2 fell on. I repacked them and delivered the second 2. That was the first time I ever did that. But I am doing that in the speed run when I need to. I find that if you're careful enough, then it can actually help you out a little bit, but then again, it can also get you in trouble. Oh, easy. But I try not to do it too often. And I watched somebody was talking about how you can take and say, like, you're coming through here with a cargo, you can actually unpack the cargo, and it takes the weight, even though the cargo's sitting on the truck, it takes the weight off of it and makes it easier to get through. I've never really tried that, but I plan on at some point trying it and see if that really does work. But I can't really do that on this playthrough because this is the hardcore playthrough. Try not to cheat with it, which is why I don't use the money glitches or anything like that, which I don't use that in any of my profiles. I think that's cheating, and the game is not so hard that I can't do it without cheating. And I've seen people, watched them on YouTube, and they'll be like level 12 and level 13 in their driver points and have $12 million. Yeah, if you've got to do something like that, then I don't know, I don't like doing stuff like that. I did it once. I did the glitch where if you go to another map, and this was way back in the beginning, where you go to a map and you leave your truck and you recover back to the garage, and then you go back, so I don't even remember exactly what it was, but you go out of the game and then come back in, you got duplicate trucks. I did that once to see if it actually would work, and it did, and I felt guilty about doing that and deleted that profile, started all over. And it's just a personal choice. If people want to do that, hey, as long as the game allows you to do it, if you want to do that, go for it. And I've seen a lot of people doing reviews and stuff, and they're like testing trucks, and I like their reviews. And they have to do things like that or they'll never be able to review all the vehicles. Most you've done is 6 items and towing a car. Yeah, you'll be able to do that. Oh yeah, there are several money glitches. The one where you go and, hang on, let me see what I need. Concrete blocks 4. I don't have any concrete blocks. So what that means, I gotta make some. Or to have, no, 4 on grad didn't have any. Well, truck store. Truck storage. So the Freightliner I have not driven. That's my newest truck and I haven't driven it yet. And I wanted to give the Western Star 49X another shot. I wasn't impressed with it when I first got it, but I was on mud tires. So let's try it with chain tires, see how it does. So for the concrete blocks, there are a couple of places that I can get concrete blocks already. But what I'm going to do is go up here and get cement, and then go up and make my concrete blocks. I like the crafting aspect.